Fighting a Rigged System, Episode 3 of the 2012 Election Afterthoughts. From Another Voice with Jason and Eric, sponsored by Fowler's Pharmacy, 1908 Lawrence Road. You can listen to us Mondays, 1 to 2 p.m. on Spin FM 103.3, as well as on our website, canigetawordin.com, or subscribe to our iTunes channel, Another Voice with Jason and Eric. This is the third installment of the 2012 Election Afterthoughts. Fighting a Rigged System. We've spoken many times on our show that we, the people, are the power. We hold the power in our hands. And we give an example of what happened here in South Carolina before the primary, the June primary. 280 candidates were removed from the ballot because of problems with filing papers and the legislature not doing things right. And we, the people, said, no, we want choice in our ballot. So we put 156 of those folks, or 154 of those folks, back on the ballot through petition drives. And that was fantastic. I was very pleased with that. And of course, we promoted the petition candidates as well as the other candidates, but we wanted people to know that there were other choices. And in almost every case, the petition candidates lost. Now, we'll give an example. Tommy Reese, the Senate District 6 race, with her petition candidacy, she got more signatures on her ballot, on her petition drive, than the winner of the election, Mike Fair, got during the primary. So that looked like it was going to be a really close, tight race. It looked like Mike Fair might lose his seat. When the election was said and done, 70% of the votes went to Mike Fair and 30% to Tommy Reese. Now, you say, what happened? She had more people supporting her than he did on the primary. Well, you had the general election. It was reported today that 50% of registered voters, of people who voted in the election, voted straight party ticket. Now, Tommy Reese is a Republican. She was the petition candidate. So when you push that button that says straight party, it went to Mike Fair and not Tommy Reese. And our rigged system has a number of levels to it. The first level is we the voter. When you push straight party ticket, you're taking your brain and setting it on a table. Because what you're saying is, I don't need to know what these candidates stand for. I don't need to know who's on the ballot. I'm just going to vote straight party. There are some people who supported Tommy Reese and Ralph Sweeney, who were the who was the other petition candidate, who voted for Mike Fair and Lottie Gibson because they voted straight ticket. The first level of this rigged system is we have a voter base who doesn't seem interested in finding out what's going on and making an effort to make good choices. Now, this sounds like I'm being harsh, but look, we spend more time finding out, knowing what's going on in the basketball race or the basketball games or the football. We know more statistics, we know more information about our sporting guys or about particular gardening tips or any number of things than we do about the folks who are going to deal with our lives, who are going to make our lives better or worse. And locally, it's even more directly involved with us. So the first problem in this rigged system is us. The second is the party. One of the petition candidates asked why a party who had two candidates on the ballot, one was the ballot person and one was the petition person, why they would promote straight party ticket voting. The parties were complicit in this. The parties, Republican and Democrat, promote straight party ticket voting because they stay in what they want. They get what they want. Unfortunately, sometimes what the parties want is not what the individual voters want or what the candidates could do. So part of the problem that the petition candidates failed was because the parties that they were part of sabotaged them, not necessarily on purpose or directly, but they sabotaged them by promoting straight party voting. The third level of this rigged system is we have in this state a legislature who refused to fix the problem. These candidates that were petition candidates were most likely going to be in the primary. And if we look at Tommy Reese and Mike Fair, Tommy Reese might have been the candidate for the Republican Party in the general election if she'd been allowed to stay on the ballot. This was not about candidates doing the wrong thing, or someone said if they just paid attention and followed the rules. No, they thought they were following the rules because that's what the officials told them. And our legislature had the opportunity to change that, and they didn't. There were different rules for incumbents and for challengers. So you take a petition candidate who's a good, solid candidate, and they fought an uphill battle. They did more work to get to a point of election than any of the incumbents did. And yet they were facing this uphill battle. That's frustrating to me. And a lot of people say, see, that's why I don't vote. Well, no, that's why I vote. And that's why people in Columbia and Washington are going to get used to and are getting used to my phone number and my email address, because we need to hold their feet to the fire. When this new session in Columbia comes in, we should already have letters and phone calls to the new, or in this case, most cases, the old representatives to say, fix this election stuff. Work with the Ethics Reform Commission, because part of this Ethics Reform Commission deal is fixing what happened in this primary. Well, we talked about the petition candidates. The one one group of candidates that really had an even more uphill battle was the write-in candidates. You had Tony Boyce writing in for House District 25. You had Dexter Reeves doing a write-in candidate drive for sheriff. And these guys had nothing on the ballot. They had an uphill battle, and these guys worked hard. And you should be able to write folks in. And the problem is, again, if you look at the Dexter Reeves case, there was a situation where the man was taken off the ballot because of this nonsense. He thought he was still on the ballot because the Democratic Party told him he was going to be on the ballot, until it was too late for him to do the petition drive. Folks, we the people still have the power. If we could fix make petition candidates, we can fix this system. So I urge you to write your senators, representatives, governor, and urge them to make the playing field level. Incumbents shouldn't have a step up on the challengers. Look, we have a rate. We had a guy here in South Carolina who was a sitting House of Representative and was challenging for the state Senate seat while still being on the ballot for the House seat. And there wasn't a single challenger to his House seat. It's empty now because he won, because he had no opposition in the Senate seat as well. Folks, we need to change the rules. And I encourage you to do that. Congratulate all the incumbents for winning, and then tell them, here's the list of things we want to change. All right, don't forget the 2012 Fill the Pantry food drive going on throughout the entire month of November. Go to canigetawordin.com, find the tab 2012 food drive. You can find the locations, drop-off locations for food. You can find the pantry that we're doing now and hopefully other food banks in the future. If you have a food bank that you think we should help, or if you have a place that would like to accept a collection box, please email me at eric@canigetawordin.com. Installment 4 of the 2012 Election Afterthoughts will be, So You Won. Now what? Have a great evening.